funders even do an evaluation. So no matter how different funders can be, they all share this need to know what works and especially what works well. The better that funders can demonstrate how their grants are making a difference, the more value they bring to their communities. To know what works, funders have to evaluate their grants. Evaluation helps the funder assess the quality or the impact of funded programs, to plan and implement new projects and programs, and to make future grant decisions and demonstrate the accountability to the public trust. So that's why they do it. It's not to frustrate you, although it does feel like that as a grant writer, but this is really why they do that. And so overall, the application evaluation looks something like this. It's, they're looking at the extent to which the submitted grant aligns with the focus areas of their organization. They're looking for clear and measurable program objectives and outcomes. Financial responsibility is a really huge one. The amount and ability to support from other funding sources, and then how complete the grant application was in that submission packet, and then what is the available level of funding that they have. So proposal timelines, really, if you've met one funder, you've met one funder, not only in the grant application process, but on their review process. Most of them, it can be anywhere from 1 to 6 months. It really depends on the volume of the requests and what their actual process is. I have seen some take as long as 18 months. And those were really, really involved funders in the process. But generally, it's about 2 months. So depending upon the complexity of the grant, the extent of revisions if necessary, and the timeliness of your response as a grantee. So this is something that's really important to factor into your funding. What I want you to take away from this, one of the big ones, grants are not quick money. And so when you're coming up with that strategy, it's really important to have an annual strategy where you're writing multiple grants throughout the year in anticipation of funding that's going to come in different quarters, different months, according to what your needs are. And especially if you have seasonal programs, you really want to take this into account. Grants are an investment of your time and your resources as an organization. So the other thing too is, even though I am a grant writer and love all things grants, I will not ever tell anybody that you should only be writing grants as part of your fundraising strategy. Grants are only one component of it. You need to diversify that revenue. So some funders, especially those that are by invitation only, you'll see that sometimes on some of their websites, this part of the process can be a little bit more lengthy. And that's why I said that 1 to 6 months, because they'll really work with you to do revisions, elaborate, clarify different parts of your proposal. They really help you to shape what you're doing that also fits their portfolio. So there's a lot of variation